In today's video, we're looking at the first time God identifies himself. In Exodus chapter 3, verse 14, God tells Moses his name. I am who I am. Hello, I'm Kathy Bartow. In Exodus chapter 3, God reveals himself to Moses in the burning bush. God tells Moses that he has heard the cry of the Israelites and wants Moses to bring his people out of Egypt. They had been enslaved by the Egyptians for 400 years. Who was Moses? Well, he was a Hebrew whose mother hid him for 3 months from the Pharaoh's orders to kill all the Hebrew baby boys. The Pharaoh didn't want these boys to grow up into men that could ultimately fight against him and his army. Unable to hide Moses any longer, his mother made him a little boat out of a reed basket, sealed with tar and pitch, and placed him in among the reeds on the banks of the Nile River. Not long after she had placed Moses there, the Pharaoh's daughter was going to the Nile River to bathe and saw baby Moses among the reeds, so she rescued him. Because she was not able to nurse him, she hired a Hebrew woman. Unbeknownst to her, it was Moses' mother, his real mother, and she nursed him. Moses was raised then by his mother as Egyptian royalty. One day when Moses had grown, he saw an Egyptian slave master beating a Hebrew slave, and he killed the Egyptian. Exodus chapter 2, verse 20 tells us, looking this way and that and seeing no one, he killed the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. The next day, however, 2 Hebrew slaves were fighting, and when Moses asked why he was hitting his fellow Hebrew, he replied in Exodus chapter 2, verse 14, "Who made you ruler and judge over us? Are you thinking of killing me as you killed the Egyptian?" Then Moses was afraid, and he thought, "What I did must have become known." Moses was 40 years old at the time, and fearing for his life, he fled Egypt and lived out in the desert of Midian for the next 40 years. During that time, Moses became a husband to Tharbus and Zipporah, and the father to Gershom and Eleazar. He also was a shepherd of his father-in-law Jethro's flock. Jethro was the priest of Midian. Then one day, life changed forever for Moses. Listen to Exodus chapter 3, verses 1 through 6. When Moses was shepherding the flock of his father-in-law Jethro, the priest of Midian, he guided the flock far away from its usual pastures to the other side of the desert and came to a place known as Horeb, where the mountain of God stood. There, the special messenger of the Eternal appeared to Moses in a fiery blaze from within the bush. Moses looked up again at the bush as it blazed, but to his amazement, the bush did not burn up in flames. So Moses said to himself, "Why is this bush not burning up? I need to move a little closer to get a better look at this amazing sight." When the Eternal One saw Moses approach the burning bush to observe it more closely, he called out to him from within the bush, "Moses, Moses." Moses said, "I'm right here." "Don't come any closer. Take off your sandals and stand barefoot on the ground in my presence, for this ground is holy ground. I am the true God, the God of your father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." God continued to speak to Moses in verses 9 through 15. "The cry of the Israelites has reached me, and I have seen the way the Egyptians are oppressing them. So now go. I'm sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt." Moses said to God, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?" And God said, "I will be with you, and this will be the sign to you that it is I who have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God on this mountain." Moses said to God, "Suppose I go to the Israelites and say to them, 'The God of your fathers has sent me to you,' and they ask me, 'What is his name?' Then what shall I tell them?" God said to Moses, "I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. God also said to Moses, say to the Israelites, the Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. This is my name forever, the name you shall call me from generation to generation. So God tells Moses to say to the Israelites, I am has sent me to you. God is the I am. He who is, was, and always will be, the eternal, unchanging, self-existent, the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. God is our creator and the sustainer of the universe and everything that was ever created by him. The Almighty God, our Almighty God, is sovereign over all creation because he alone created it, the heavens and the earth. None of us are omniscient. None of us are omnipotent. None of us are omnipresent. Only God is. Only I am is. Till next time, peace be with you.